Blah 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 blah. Okay. Alright, I gotta readjust this. Yeah, I admit, when I do move into a new house, whenever I get around to doing that, it'll be nice to not have to constantly adjust the camera, I guess, maybe in a way. Oh, but yeah, it's so freaking cold in New York. It's actually like 21 degrees out there. Yeah, or something like that, or 18. Tonight's gonna be 18. Oh, it's gonna be freezing. And then the next few days after, because starting tomorrow, it's gonna get nice and warm, and that's gonna be really, really nice. Oh, all right. So anyway, I'm gonna do some refreshing here. I don't know if I want to look at the news, but I guess I could take a look real quick too. And now that I see crypto maybe finally doing something, along with the stock markets, maybe it'll be a little better. So maybe we'll do a little bit of technical analysis as well. Also, I kind of need to take a look at Titano's technicals because it actually is kind of weird. The MACD says it's on its way, still way too high, but the Keltner channel is already getting close to the bottom. I mean, I actually did another $1,000 yesterday and $1,000 today on Titano. So, you know. So I think I'm pretty much done pumping my It's still doing that. I'm pretty much done pumping my Titano here. Oh, okay. I see what the problem is. I keep going it this way. But if I go like that, oh, that's when I'm having a problem. Yeah. This really sucks. I wish this webcam actually came with some kind of stand. Then all I have to do is move the stupid stand around. Instead, I have to mount it on like some old open vitamin box that I had. Okay. So, well, let me tweet this out first before I go any further. So, I don't even know. What am I going to title this? Because I got to change the YouTube title too. Live now. Fuck me. Alright, I'm going to have to go into my YouTube. Because usually when I don't have a specific title, I usually use Bitcoin pump or dump today. Just for the SEO stuff. Bitcoin pump news today. I don't know, it doesn't even get that much searches. And also, I need to make sure, is it actually up? Because it was. Yeah, it's actually up. Great, I got a small little rash here. Markets in crypto up after Jerome Powell says blah blah blah. Let's see. I don't know. I guess we'll do. I don't know. What do I call it? Because we're transitioning to Congruent now, so I don't know what keyword I should be using. Metaverse Pro says below. I don't even know what I'm going to write. I don't know, I'll just write Metaverse Pro because I ran out of space here. Okay, how about markets and plus crypto up after Jerome Powell says blah blah blah. Metaverse Pro. That's actually a pretty funny title. Blah 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 blah. Intro and banter. Alright, we'll do that. Well, this is good. If crypto's gonna go up, then you know what? That should mean that. Oh God, that should mean. That should mean that Crap. Now I got a bunch of. All right. First, let me get this. Let me get this out of the way first. That way, I have less crap in my head going through me. All right. So let's do this. Let's see. Live now. Updates. Metaverse Pro. Congruent updates. And we do want to talk a little bit about Congruent. I mean, there's not much, but they are still working on more stuff. And the new site came out, so we want to talk about that too later. BTC crypto currency. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I should go on my notifications here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about this new has America gotten worse or better thing too before we start. So, okay, so live now. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, I also just took a nap too, so I'm a little groggy, but I'll get there. God, jump to present. Discord is actually kind of clunky to use. Also, someone mentioned something here, or I just saw my thing tag. Oh, it's just some guy asking me about the Treasury and shit. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. It says blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alright, let me do that. I don't know, I kind of just came into the Titano community, so, I mean, I don't think I want to be spamming my link there. At least not just yet. But with that being said, people did seem very friendly there, so. Okay. I love this title. It just says, Jerome Powell says, blah, 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 blah. It's not that it's condescending. It's just I don't know what the word to describe it is. It's just like it's dismissive, but in like a very mocking manner, and it's just like so funny. I love it. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is I did finally dump my stupid riot shit calls yesterday because I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And of course, now things are coming back up. Well, that being said, there's like time decay on options. And of course, if dumb idiot crypto or Bitcoin decides to just skyrocket, which of course would really suck for me now, I'm just going to get all back in Titano, and then of course Shiba, Inu, and Baby Dog, and everything else is going to go up anyway. So, I mean, I already have like other ways of getting money, but I'm just like sick and tired of having to deal with the manipulative stock market, all the while that I'm just constantly losing money. So, that's how it goes. But with that being said, I'm running a poll on Twitter and Gab. And it basically asks, yeah, let me see. Yeah. And it basically asks, do you think America is better or worse ever since women gained the right to vote? Now, I can't remember when St. Nick mentioned this. I can't remember if he said it on his show or if he mentioned it on his debate with Dave Smith. I think it was in a show recently. Yeah, I actually have a little bit of rashes here. Not a lot. Huh. So anyway, he basically said that it was such a funny thing because they were talking about like repealing the 19th Amendment, right, which gives women the right to vote, right? That's technically not what it does. It says you just can't discriminate on the basis of gender and religion and whatever. I think. Or maybe I'm confusing it with the blacks being able to vote amendment. But either way, he just said that, if you're going to make the argument for that, he just simply asks, has America gotten better or worse ever since women gained the right to vote? Oh, maybe he actually mentioned it on the Elijah Schaffer, Sidney Watson interview. Or Sidney Watson gave him like that angry woman stare. Right, when she asked him about his views on women or whatever. So anyway, this is the funny part. Just about everyone is unilaterally saying America's gotten shittier since then. And I haven't put any implicating words in this question. It's just simple question. And I asked the same exact thing here on Gab. And what's funny is instead of any people like just voting yes, right? I had one dumb cunt woman just scream at me and says, "Well, and then you're not gonna sleep with any women or whatever, and you're not gonna fuck with it." Which is wrong, obviously. In fact, I'm trying to get away from that, which I have done. This thing is camera, which I've done very successfully and continue to do so. I mean, I've got no problem dealing with women. I just don't want to. I mean, I'm open-minded to having a girlfriend, but I'm not seeking one. I mean, right here, I live in New York City. I mean, I don't exactly have a lot of good choices here because, there's plenty of good-looking women. But that's not the only thing I look for. I need a good potentially Christian woman, or so a woman who's wants to become a Christian, bearing my kids, and she just takes care of my kids. Right? I don't want her acting like a man. But whatever, that's a separate issue. But anyway, so I had one stupid woman, and she didn't even vote in this poll. She just like insulted me, so I blocked her, even though she was a follower. And then we had like one comment that's just from an anonymous troll, so I blocked him. He doesn't even follow me. And remember, I've run previous polls, the exact same polls on Twitter before, right? I whatever poll I put out on Gab or Twitter, I can run it on the same platform, just so I can make sure I can get a little bit of a little bit more consistency in my results, right? And not only am I getting more votes on Gab for this particular question, it's actually kind of hilarious. Like, everyone's just unilaterally just voting, no, this shit is, G-word. It sucks. So this is gonna run for 3 days. I came out with it a couple days ago. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, it's like, actually, we could look at one of them. I don't know why this guy cannot understand. Like, the question is freaking obvious. Alright, whatever. So I just gotta know. I'll just leave it there. This is a new one. Oh yeah, this one I liked because that had actually taken into consideration how World War II kind of really fucked things up too. Which is actually why the conservative position is supposed to be anti-war. Because who fights in a war usually? It's conservatives. Who dies in a war when a war is fought? Conservatives. Who's left and surviving? Liberals. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. So, yeah. So anyway, pretty funny. So we'll let that run. We'll see what happens. Because again, you don't have to just take St. Nick's word for it, right? Just do the research yourself, because that's what I do. If only men voted, Democrats would never win. Really tell you something. Yeah, exactly. So. But again, I don't know what's going to happen, because I know there'll definitely be some so-called conservative women that will just completely oppose the true America First agenda, because it's the same bullshit from the left, right? A good example of that would be feminazis in the left. They talk all this shit about men, and then when the transgenders come in and invade their space, all of a sudden they act nice. It's like, I'm just sick and tired of fucking dishonest, F-word cunts like that, right? It's all the same bullshit to me. It's like, you just want something for yourself. You're not actually here to help out the society or whatever. So and all that will eventually be exposed as time goes on. So anyway, let me jump ahead a little bit. Yeah, I want to do some math on this later, but that would be funny if this happens to be the start of everything, for crypto. Alright, well, let's just get into it, because, I started, I talked enough, so I think enough people are in here, so let's see what's going on. Because, again, there's not really much going on with Metaverse Pro, right? Because now they're known as Congruent.fi. Current bid, 80F. Okay. I'm shocked. We're definitely going to have to take a look at this. Wow, people are actually buying this shit. Alright, that's a good thing. And we'll reiterate what I covered for Metaverse Pro yesterday, because today is Tuesday, right? Yeah. Okay. I bought some more Bitcoin yesterday. When do you think it'll reach a new high? Oh, yeah. I mean, if this is the start right now, probably in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks would be pretty modest. But again, we don't know if this is the start. I mean, so far it's a good sign, but let's just look at the data. So to help answer your question, Bitcoin searches for this week have actually been released early. It usually releases on I guess Tuesday night or Wednesday, but it's never available to me by this time. So for this week, Google is estimating that Bitcoin searches are actually going up. This could actually be the start, because usually, when Bitcoin drops this much, normies go away. But right now, I've actually been, since last week, I mentioned this yesterday, Bitcoin's been going down, but search interest for Bitcoin keeps going up for the normie search interest. Oh man, we might finally have the freaking bull run, or at least something that looks like it, right? Though I think it might still be like 2013, so we might peak out around summer. It'll pull back, and then consolidate a little bit, and then it'll go back up again. But we'll have to just see what happens. Buy Bitcoin is also doing the same thing. It's at 13. So normies are actually starting to get interested in crypto finally. I think they've had enough, and now they want to itch in here. So you got January is still. I gotta scratch my hair. January is 60. Okay, so it's at 60 for inflation. Hyperinflation has gone back up a little bit to 27. Obviously, January is still ongoing. So, okay. No, that's a good sign. We want Bitcoin to hit 70K, as we all do, and obviously beyond that. I mean, this is really what we need. We need to see the normies, because the normies are buying in. You know that the tribe's going to come in and start giving orders to Jim Cramer and Yahoo and all their media slaves to start pumping crypto. Interestingly enough, Fear and Greed Index is at 21. Okay. Yeah, but this was yesterday. This has not been updated for today, I think. So I suspect today is actually going to be much higher, or at least higher than 21 for sure. So this is probably out of date. People have to be getting curious. Really amazing. More conservatives are not into crypto. Yeah, but I think they're coming into it. I mean, maybe even some boomers. The problem is I'm actively kind of pissing people off in a way. So, and for whatever reason, Disclose.tv hasn't been active at all this week. It's like they're hardly tweeting anything. So I have not been able to do my little pandering campaign on Twitter as well. And of course, I also just don't retweet certain people, right? Or certain types of people on Twitter from the conservative space. For obvious reasons, right? Because, let's face it, we want to build an army of strong-based men. And women can come along too, as long as they understand that, us men, we have the final word on everything. We lead, they follow. Well, they follow and they also don't contradict us or nag us, right? We're going to earn the crypto considering all the complaining about fiat and wait, let me actually reread that. Aren't into crypto considering all the complaining about fiat and inflation. Yeah, but I mean, remember, conservatives just tend to be more closed-minded and really not that good with empathy at all, and they also tend to also be older and more boomerish. So, I mean, you got a lot of factors dragging down conservatives. But that being said, that is changing. I mean, freaking even AppMex. I actually got it wrong when I was selling them silver. They accept Bitcoin for payment if you want to buy precious metals from them. They don't pay out in it. But the simple fact that a precious metals company, especially a big one like AppMex, right, APMex, the simple fact that they accept Bitcoin already tells you all you need to know. Because usually it's only boomers that, buy precious metals, right? So, so it's not that bad. And on top of that, not all boomers are like Owen Benjamin where they don't believe in space or whatever. So I'm sure some boomers are aware of Elon Musk and SpaceX, and which therefore means they must be aware of that gold asteroid that's sitting out in space, right, that I keep mentioning. In fact, let's make sure giant gold asteroid space. Here we go. This was July 9th, 2019. Is there an asteroid with gold? There's gold in the mass. Literally, I have more than enough gold. Plus other metals that provide a few lifetimes worth of form. Other planetary asteroids are valuable. Alright, so according to space.com, not only is there a shit ton of gold, but there's apparently a bunch of other really good metals too. If we could start harvesting this stuff, everything would change, right? A lot of things would change. Can you imagine? For example, my computer is pretty powerful, right? Even though it's I guess by now, kind of old, but because we're limited on the supply crunch and precious, I shouldn't say precious metals, but valuable building materials like gold and other stuff, stuff to make computer components. My thing is still just as good as today, basically, because they don't have enough money to make the new stuff. They don't have enough resources to make the new stuff. So imagine if everybody could have like, the latest, NVIDIA video card and all, and like, the 64 quad, the 64 core Intel computer CPU, and all that stuff, right? You can totally have tons of these with using these mining these asteroids. I mean, yeah, I mean, just look right here. 700 quintillion. I thought it was 5 quintillion. It's actually 700 quintillion. So obviously, I mean, gold's gonna be worthless. Gold's gonna be worthless. All right, it's gonna be worthless. I really hope that AppMex has a plan for when we start mining that shit. There's also perception that it's a scam, which is hard to overcome. Do you think MC hurts crypto space or no effect? No effect. Everyone, look, people who are lazy and stupid and ignorant will always just say everything's a scam and rug pull, right? Which is technically a good way to start thinking, but you have to challenge that because you're going to be that's actually wrong. There's obviously legit projects out there. If you think everything's always a scam, you're going to miss Bitcoin, Dogcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and so on and so forth. So obviously not everything's a scam. A lot of things are a scam, and a lot of projects are just incompetent. So you just gotta you just gotta do the research. That's all. But I guess easier said than done, right? That's why you watch people like me. That's why you watch people like Cryptos R Us or Greg Mannarino, because you rely on them to hopefully do all the hard work so you don't have to. So that's a form of doing research. But in my case, I don't like waiting on that. I need to do my own thing too. Oh, God, I might need to drink some more water. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're running Congruent, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I mean, some clown was willing to put down 80 Ethereum just now to buy some stupid NFT that I still don't even know what the utility of this is. In fact, maybe there is no utility, but I also don't care because I know, hey, NFTs are really hot, so whatever. Also, because it's an NFT, I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but I think if I understand this correctly, every time this person who owns his NFT resells it to someone else, right, Congruent will always get a small fraction of like all those sales. Like assuming that's how they program the contract. Right, and of course that's all out there. So if that's the case, hell yeah, man. It's just like infinite income. You could just buy the NFT when Congruent first came out, like that could eventually be like, I don't know, imagine if like Dogcoin when they first started out, like what, 2013, they sold like 100 NFTs if we had the NFT technology back then on blockchain, because I don't even think Ethereum was out that high. Ethereum was just kind of out there or just brand new, but it wasn't what it is today, obviously. Right? I bet that would actually be worth a lot because you would literally own a piece of history. Hey, remember how everyone's using Dogcoin now? Well, maybe you can buy this limited edition NFT where Dogcoin was the first, like, was that what that came out when Dogcoin came out? It's like be a part of history or kind of. Obviously, I don't sell artwork, so I can't come up with the correct sales pitch, but you get the idea, right? It's the same reason why you want to buy, I don't know, Don Mattingly. He's like a very famous New York Yankees baseball player here, or Patrick Ewing rookie cards, right, for basketball. This is for sports here in America. To my specific area of New York City, right? That shit would actually be valuable, to a lot of people. Hey, Johnson, I've noticed your views have shot up lately. Yes, thank you. You can actually thank the Metaverse Pro community because I think they're like 99% of everybody. And I've also been going on a rampage on Gab because I'm just unleashing myself. And I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit anymore. Because it's actually kind of interesting. If no one's going to bother doing any research about me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have two completely different social medias. I'm still somewhat careful on my Gab, though. So that's why you still see me occasionally self-censor on Gab. But usually I don't self-censor if I'm attacking people from, our side, quote-unquote. Con Inc., Republicans, rhinos. Because that makes it a lot, because Con Inc. is too much of a pussy to do anything to me, right? It's the shitlibs and Democrats and the liberals I have to worry about. They're going to be much less inclined to attack me if they see that I'm mostly attacking people on the right, or even sometimes attacking Trump for, being a cuck or whatever, right? And I'm always well aware to be careful about how I criticize the tribe as well. Like one idiot on Gab is like, you're on Gab, why are you still self-censoring? It's like, again, like this guy's an idiot. He's like, oh yeah, he's on YouTube. Oh yeah, he's on Twitter. Oh yeah, maybe everything's public. It's like, you know, it's like, I just wish some people did a little more critical thinking. Yeah, I was surprised. Lots of base posts on Gab. Yeah, you can definitely thank Wendy Rogers and Saint Nick for that. It's primarily because of Saint Nick. Because I was always like this. I just had to bottle it in because of all the censorship. Now I'm fucking, yeah, I'm unchained. I'm unleashed. Not completely though. I don't have the same freedom as say Saint Nick or Beardson in particular. But that's the other thing too. I see Beardson. He like has no problem going all out. He doesn't have that many problems. But he also technically has a much smaller profile, technically, than me. Even though his engagement's obviously a lot higher. But, I mean, overall, he's got, like, less numbers. Because he's got no problem with pissing everybody off that he doesn't like. And that's why I like him so much, right? So, he's kind of like the kind of brother I kind of wish I had, right? We could always like play video games together or like talk a lot of shit about people. I'd be careful about the F words, and the tribals, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still technically supposed to be a little more, I have to be a lot more, pandering and mass appeal and whatever. But there's just something about that that just makes me sick, and it's mostly because I just feel it's just dishonest, And technically it is dishonest, but I mean, I'm sure everyone understands it, including me, but it doesn't mean I have to like it, Besides, I just want to see how it pans out. And who knows? Maybe Nick is right. Maybe the solution is to not go back to pandering, but just become even more Donald Trump 2015. And basically just become more of an asshole. Did you research Elijah is doing? Did you the research what? I don't know what you mean. What's happening with Elijah? I assume you mean Elijah Schaefer. I don't know. Can you explain that more? Nick is honestly refreshing. I like what he's doing, and we need more of it. Yeah, exactly. Well, now I'm contributing to it too. So that's the thing too. I do want to make sure. I mean, do I really want, like, pansies following me, or do I want real men following me? Because if I have real men following me, then I don't have to worry about the women following afterwards, right? Because women will always follow the crowd, right? Even if the crowd is wrong and weak and pathetic, they'll still follow them. So I don't have to worry about the women. I have to worry about the kind of men that I'm attracting to my following. So it's an interesting balancing act. I just want to see what will happen. All right. So, let me think. Yeah, well, I don't know. Are we ever gonna get to the news? But yeah. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Also, I'm just getting kind of just pissed-ish about like what's just happening. Like we have all this bad shit happening and nothing changes. So I will force things to change. And on top of that, it's also because Con Inc. is, I think, still really hammering China and Chinese people really hard. And that's also really pissing me off. And it's also technically threatening my life now. Right? I was watching Joseph Lee Peterson today. And some random black guy with like full mask and shit just went into a Burger King and shot and killed like a pretty decent looking, I guess, Hispanic girl. Who was just 19 years old and worked at was just standing there at the Burger King register because she works the cash register. No warning. She just fucking blasted her and now she's dead. To make matters worse, she actually knew that was dangerous and didn't want to go to work, but her dumb cunt mother was like, go to work, you gotta be responsible and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, that's usually what parents say, and my parents used to say all the time. I don't know that would be correct, but but here's the problem. They knew they lived in East Harlem, very high crime rate, and you made your daughter go out and basically get herself killed. And now the mother's like, oh, I'm so guilty. I feel so guilty. I got my daughter killed. GOP is like, no, it's not her fault, but I totally disagree. It's totally the mother's fault. You know, her daughter gave her a warning sign because I guess God was trying to tell her, and because this dumb bitch mom, like, whatever, screwed up. Now she's dead, and I'm actually kind of mad about that. So, but anyway, you know, oh yeah, but you know, Black Lives Matter and First Step Act, just let all the criminals out. Again, this is what's happening. So now they want to turn that, they want to weaponize that against me after what they did to the Muslims and whites. You know, I don't fucking think so. All right, so that's why I'm becoming a lot more based as well. There's some self-preservation involved. It's like I'm just sick and tired of this shit. He said Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Israel in passing, and they are out for his blood. That's a very odd alliance. Well, I understand Saudi Arabia and Israel, but Qatar? Huh. Google has censored Elijah's Telegram. LMAO, wonder why. I thought it was Telegram that censored Telegram. Wow. Yeah, but I understand why. I mean, just like, I already know why, though. I mean, we all know. It's because Elijah is becoming a Christian. He's becoming a real man. He's now seeing the truth, and he actually cannot be controlled. So now Conning and I guess the shitlibs are basically combining forces to, you know, get rid of Elijah before he causes too many more problems. But I'm kind of hoping that's too late to stop him. He's been researching Getter censorship. Ah. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't want us to be supporting Trump anymore, too, is because Jason Miller is Donald Trump's advisor. And now, basically, is everyone on Donald Trump's team himself turning on us, his own supporters? You know, something to be looking into. Getter thing, too. Yeah, but yeah, we all know Getter's bullshit. Yeah, Getter is ripping everyone's tweets off, too. Like, Joe Rogan, I think I posted it. I know I posted on Gab. I may not have done it on... I actually did it on Twitter, too. I posted that. Joe Rogan said that he can't get off Twitter, or Getter, because Getter is literally copying and pasting all his followers and tweets and just harvesting his posts. Yeah, it's totally a tribal thing to do. Just steal everything. Qatar World Cup 2022. Oh. If you download Telegram from the Google App Store, they can censor the chat channel somehow. They haven't really looked into it, but the download from the Telegram site has no censorship. Oh, that's what I use. Oh, actually, that's not true. I do have Telegram. I have Telegram on my phone because that was required, right? Because they want your phone number. But the Telegram on this computer is actually the actual Telegram direct from their website. Okay. I understand now, yeah. Holy shit, Google is manually throttling Telegram on their platform. Oh, okay, so that actually means it's not Telegram, it's actually Google. Man, that's insane. Yeah, the censorship technology developed for China is now being applied to here. Yeah, what an effing surprise. Also, Miles Guo really in exile, or is that a psyop? I think he actually is in exile. He's wanted by the Chinese government. Just, you know, the CCP. I don't know why there's this weird thing where they're saying he's really they're saying he's a CCP psyop. I mean, I know Saint Nick said that, but that's because he was being sarcastic. But then because Conning is retarded, or some boomers are retarded, they actually believe they don't understand sarcasm. To be honest, I think Elijah might come to AFPAC 30. I fucking hope he does, man. I mean, if he does, it just sucks that I can't be there because I want to watch. Yeah, but remember, there'll always be another AFPAC, right? As long as they don't assassinate our dear buddies, so I think we'll be all right. But if Elijah is there, is he gonna bring Sydney Watson with him too? It's gonna be so freaking hilarious. So I gotta see what happens if that happens. Because here's the thing. Has Ali Akbar ever gone to any of the AFPACs? I'm kind of curious about that. And obviously, I would like to see Alex Jones be at AFPAC as well. So I'm sure it'll happen someday. I don't know. I just don't want to see Ali Akbar, though. That guy irritates me. Yeah, my goal is to go to AFPAC 4. Same here. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Yep. Well, when we get rich with all this crypto shit, yeah, we'll totally make it happen. I'll be in Florida by then, so I would have no excuse, right? Train ride plus $200, right, for the VIP ticket. His VIP ticket is not that much more expensive than the general admission. All right. So anyway, so much for covering the news. So I guess we're not going to cover the news tickets. I don't really feel like it, but I really I'll do a quick look at the headlines and see. Let's see. 47.11. Oh, what am I doing? S&P 500 is all right. Dow's all right. Nasdaq is way up. Okay. Crude oil is surging. Precious metals are way up. We know Bitcoin and crypto is also up too. Okay. The Fed chair, we have to raise interest rates over time. We do want to read that. And I don't have to look at, I don't actually have to look at the stocks anymore. All I care about now are the bonds and the dollar index. Okay, so dollar index went down. There's a picture of Trump here. U.S. judge rejects for Facebook request to dismiss antitrust law. Yeah, I don't care because I know nothing's ever going to change. So we are going to read that article because the Federal Reserve is one of the core components of why everything is doing what they're doing. Bond yields have stabilized as well. Now they're being bought up just a tad bit. This is very odd. Okay, so money is just flowing back into everything basically. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about this vaccine shit, so I'm not going to pay attention to that. Okay. Let's take a look at crypto. Oh, I already read that. Okay, so 24-hour volume is 89 billion, so it's still pretty low. Okay, SpongeBob SquarePants coin. Well, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Bitcoin. Is this really the real Square? Oh, man. So, well, it's on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, this is totally like yeah, this is trademark and copyright infringement. So, all right, well, whatever. All right, so okay, so this already tells me that it's really just light volume, some whales, etc., and they're just buying up a little bit, but not really much. But at least the downward pressure has kind of stopped. So Bitcoin's a little under 43K, great. Ethereum's at 32.37, great. Binance coin has come up a lot, fantastic, 461. And then some other coins, blah, blah, blah. Dogcoin doing all right. Shiba Inu recovering. I mean, we're still pretty far down here, but we'll have to see. Near Protocol is doing really well. What blockchain are they on? Really? They're on Binance Smart Chain. Well, shit. What are you again? Oh yeah, it's like some alternative Ethereum competitor. I wonder if we can stake this. No, just hit the X button. Well, I don't see that here. So I guess if you were to buy this, I guess you would buy it on like Hotbit or whatever and then just hold it. Maybe Hotbit has something where you can earn interest on it as well. Litecoin's back at 131.45. Okay, so it does look like crypto overall is doing better. I'm not ready to quite call it yet, but I will say at least with pure confidence that this is a very, very good sign. But we're going to need a little more time to see, you know, how this shakes out. It could just be another, like, I think they call it a bull trap, where it goes up a little bit. Everyone thinks that this is the recovery, and then it just goes down further. But with that being said, I think the possibility of that is definitely much lower because, as we already looked over here, normies are getting in on this, right? We can't rely on the Fear and Greed Index from today because obviously this thing hasn't been updated yet. But if it gets a lot, the higher this Fear and Greed Index goes for when it measures today, and I look at it probably tonight before tomorrow because it's that important, then I'll actually know that this might actually be a real, you know, we might finally hit some stupid bottom, and then we can actually, and then I actually may not have to write off January, because January was so far was just shit, right? And it just didn't look like it was going to end anytime soon. Hey, Turtle Nugget. So, All right, we'll keep an eye on this, and I think if that goes up, then everything else in crypto goes up. We'll make our money bags and Congruent. All right, Titano will hopefully stop dropping so freaking much, and then goes back up a little bit. I'll be very pleased. So yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Do I feel like doing any technical analysis? Not really. I mean, I know everything's already undersold. The only technical analysis I want to do is on Titano. So. Alright, so MMRI has actually gone down a little bit. It's at 103.7. So perfect. It's just like what Greg said, right? Just buy the dip. Alright? I've been buying the effing dips, and I've been loving it. I just wish I had a little more time to work with. Alright, so Jade Protocol is still not doing anything, right? Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's at 33.38 because my camera's covering it. And so far, and here's the thing, has anyone been able to verify the Treasury of Jade? Because as long as you can verify the Treasury of Jade Protocol, then I will still allow. Then I will basically say this is still a legit project, but not much is happening. And have they updated anything? They still haven't said anything. Now they might still steal the Treasury, so we'll have to see what happens. Okay. So before we go on to Metaverse Pro and Congruent, I wanted to look at Titano. So far the sell pressure has mostly stopped. We have a couple of big ones just as of very recent, like 11 and 6 minutes ago. So one of the things I've been looking at is the people who are dumping, what their wallets look like. Lunar Dog? Oh, funny. So I've noticed that some people are dumping their entire bag, and other people are dumping half their Titano. And sometimes some people dump like 95% of their Titano, where basically there's very little left over. So I look at that as a indicator of sell pressure and FUD approximately. So yeah, so people, and the other reason why I want to look at it is because I think when they dump it, these Titano coins are no longer minting. So that actually reduces the inflation rate of the token, which of course maintains the value of the token more easily. So it's something that I want to look at. And another thing that was interesting was at the peak of the selling yesterday, when the price was down here, the total liquidity dropped as low as like 3.1 million. So it's nice to see that the total liquidity has gone back up to, I guess, its target of 4.256 mil. All right, so this is what I want. This is what I kind of hinted at the beginning of the stream, but now all of you can see this. So Keltner channel and MACD, because RSI is actually pretty worthless to look at. It's like always, it's never been reliable. All right. So aside from the fact that I don't see too many reds anymore, I see way more greens like Titano normally does. The Keltner channel has reached the bottom, and today's candle is, way above that. So it could be a little more room to go down, and the MACD is finally starting to drop quite a bit because it was really high up here. Oh God, what is wrong with the? You can't. Great. Yeah, this chart just is not working properly on Brave, but this thing was basically all the way up here, and then now it's coming down. So I don't know. I'm actually expecting more drops in Titano because there's obviously just more room for it. But with that being said, it does look like the sell pressure at least has finally stopped. And according to the Titano Discord, the people there were telling me that it was because of PancakeSwap. Because PancakeSwap also keeps a portion of all of the fees that occur on their platform. And then they finally dumped all their fees, and that was like $350,000 to $650,000. And then that's what caused this ginormous drop 2 days ago. It was all PancakeSwap being a bunch of fucking assholes. So now we're just recovering from that. But again, because that's the case, just look at how long it took for PancakeSwap to accumulate that much. So it's approximately like 2 months or so, a little under 2 months. So we don't have to worry about another drop like this for another 2 months. So, but by then, obviously, Titano will just get stronger, more mature, and they said they're also coming out with a new thing called Play, where you can stake your Titano in a new pool. But what's different about the new Titano Play pool is, let me see if they... So they did not announce it on Twitter. They really should, actually. But according to the Discord, Play is coming out sometime next week, right? And Titano can... And basically what you can do is it'll just be like another staking pool. So kind of like how we had in Metaverse Pro, we had 6.6. Here, it'll be like called Play. You stake your Titano, which is great because you already have Titano just laying around, right? And you get a different APY. Now, it's actually variable, so they didn't say too much, but why do I have them go from memory? It's literally pinned in their Discord. Hold on, let me go to their Discord on Chrome. Okay. Okay. Titano Marty, he's actually one of the developers. Play will still have an APY, but will not be fixed like the TAP, which is our current reward, a fixed reward. You will have chances to win the prizes. And then Wayne, he's actually the moderator I like better because he seems to be way nicer than the Summit guy. Some announcements from the dev team. The team is aiming to release Titano Play in the upcoming week. More info about the play will be provided on launch day or prior to that. Official documentation will also be updated. Brief info on Play. The Play APY will not be fixed. If you deposit all your Titano, you will not earn the basic interest from the TAP, right? The normal farming. Play will have its own variable APY that is tied to the deposited amount in the pool. So it's a little vague what that means. More deposits will create a larger prizes. This will attract more new investors who will make more deposits as a result. The process will be exponential. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever. It sounds good. Let's see what happens. Because obviously all we care about is we don't want it to be, a scam. That's really all I care about. And yeah, the Treasury for Titano has done very, very well. Alright, well, I'm streaming, so I can't read the Discord right now. So, alright, so obviously the hope is you want the APY to be higher than that, but I don't actually understand what they mean by the more people deposit, the bigger the... I understand the bigger the prizes part, but I don't know what determines the APY. So they said... I don't know. I don't know. Titano better get stronger, that's my new #1 asset. Well, yeah, for all of us, because right now we're not making any money off of Congruent now, right? Because obviously it's still transitioning. But eventually, we'll have two sources of income. Because I know the Congruent guys are fine. Alright, because again, they want to rug pull, or you can make the argument that they want to rug pull the Ethereum funds. I mean, technically that's a possibility, but I don't really think so. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And they said it's coming out next week, so we'll see what happens. I'll have to read the documentation, and then I'll give an update then. In fact, maybe if it's so good, and whatever, I will do a dedicated video on it. Because again, there's not going to be much action happening with Metaverse Pro anyway. While we wait out the next few weeks. And it does seem that a lot of people in Titano already like me because they said I look very familiar. So, hey, works for me, man. I now have a couple people from Titano actually watching this. So, yeah, they definitely spread these videos around. But yeah, I definitely look forward to their play thing. You know what? Let me actually read this thing again. I really want to know what. Okay, so Play will have its own variable APY that is tied to the deposit amount in the pool. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I understand. So the APY is shared among more people. Yeah, it's just like what it was in Metaverse Pro, right? Because the more people that... Let's go back here. Look at you. Oh, yeah, this thing is blank. Oh, by the way, I think you can no longer unstake from... Oh, yeah, you can, I guess. So remember when you had the APY back in Metaverse Pro, the more people that deposited, the lower the APY got. It was because there was only a fixed amount of rewards, so that you had to, disperse less reward to each person because there's more people to distribute rewards to. That's what the Discord is saying. But the incentive to get into Titano, the play pool, is even though you get less APY, you're actually looking to get the large prize pool. And the more people that join in, the larger the prize pool. So that's what they're talking about. So it's actually kind of like a gambling function without actually gambling. So you get all the benefits of gambling, but you don't have to pay any costs. Right? Your actual cost is you get reduced APY. So it might actually be worth it to it might be worth it to do like a little bit of play pool, not a lot, and then just farm the rest because I just want consistent income. I know I'll never we'll have to see how the prize pool distribution works because if everybody gets the prize and then it gets distributed evenly, that might actually be interesting. But if it's only if it's like a lottery system where like top 5, top 10, 20 winners get everything, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna bother. So yeah, I actually like that because it also kind of creates a semi-use case for Titano, right? And I'm sure they got more new stuff planned ahead. Hey Jedi, NFT auction for Congruent. When checking the wall of the bidder, I found that the bidding wallet was funded by the MVP Congruent multi-sig Treasury wallet. I was going to ask about that. The dev team has confirmed the same. Yeah, well, at least they're being honest about it. But I mean, it's because they have to manufacture consent. So, yeah, because I'm not really sure how they're going to advertise this NFT auction. That's the thing. All right, so that being said, I think before we move on to Metaverse, I think that covers all of Titano for now. So I'm pretty happy with Titano because this is a really nice project for us to tidy us over while we wait on Congruent. I didn't realize this would be so hard to pronounce. Congruent transition. Ugh. Yeah, it's like transitioning genders, right? All right, well, nothing with the Metaverse Pro site itself because obviously it's more or less turned off. So I was waiting to see this. So we've got ADF, and well, now that you told me, right, because the minimum bid was 10, and now they're bidding ADF. So let me see. Can I look at the address? 120. I cannot really read whatever the hell this is. In fact, this is from 22 days ago. Okay, great. All right, yeah, because I'm kind of curious. What happens if nobody bids on this? So, because remember what I said yesterday, right? We've got like a tale of two worlds, basically. If a lot of foreign investors buy up the Congruent tokens, like the NFT auction and the LBP, we get diluted less, but we'll have a much bigger treasury, and then we'll just buy up all the convex, right? Especially at today's prices. However, if nobody bids on it, then we're going to get all the gas tokens essentially. So it works out for all of us, basically. All right, but the important thing is we kind of just need to just get all that convex so we could start farming up the treasury ASAP and then start developing a reputation. And of course, according to DT Mike, he said that the higher the price of gas, the better it is for the project because, we'll look more attractive to rich people on Ethereum. So there's no exact, clear, what is best. It's like the video games. There's actually all well-balanced options. You have to choose which one. There's no clear, because in a well-designed video game, there should not ever be this set of choices is literally the meta and is better than everything else, because that's bad game design. Because that literally means you don't need to ever consider the other choices, because why have them? So I don't know. But yeah, I guess they're trying to manufacture consent, make it look more valuable. This is a very common marketing tactic. I don't know if it'll work because this literally just came out. So I mean, I don't even think they have time to even market that this thing is out there. So I don't know. I'm gonna let I'm just gonna let them deal with it. So, but yeah, if the Treasury is owning these, I think we get access. I think we get it. Ultimately, these gas tokens. I don't know. Create bid, unpause. Yeah, but we'll have to see what happens. Excuse me. So this is pretty much their thing. I'm not going to connect to it because I don't want that stupid pop-up that's constantly going to nag me. Hey, you're on the wrong blockchain. You're on the wrong blockchain. I'm refreshing my buffs on request. You're on the wrong blockchain. Can you switch it? And then that pop-up gets very annoying because MetaMask will not leave me alone. Let's see. Details. Yeah, we already know about the details. So they said the allocation of funds is they're going to spend 95% of the money buying up Curve and Convex with an emphasis on over-the-counter acquisitions. So basically they're saying they're going to like send it to like, oh hey, Patriot. Yep, D-Live. Yeah, I always dual stream to D-Live, but yeah, I never advertise my D-Live anymore. Because, I don't like Justin Sun and, they obviously ban people, so it's like, whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I mean, that's probably also scaring a lot of people off because they have to actually take the money they get from here, send it to their own accounts on like centralized exchanges, buy up Convex and Congruent, and then send it back to the project. I mean, that's a big ask if you're a brand new project. So a lot of people are probably just assuming that Congruent is just going to be a scam. So there's always a credibility gap that you always have to overcome. So, but with that being said, this is the kind of interesting thing. So this is the tokenomics of gas. Now that being said, I think this is just on the Ethereum side. Our shares will, because obviously our shares are not mentioned here. So I think our shares will then, I mean, it could buy a part of all of this, but I think they'll just mint more tokens out of thin air. So I wasn't sure. So what I did was I just simply looked over at Metaverse Pro because people are still trading this, and I just wanted to see what the value of this was after the website came out. I mean, Metaverse Pro is pretty much kind of like the same thing. So, yeah. Well, we'll just have to see. 3,000 gas toners. Yeah, because there'll be 40 NFTs. 3,000 gas tokens from the liquidity bootstrap pool. So now we have some numbers to work with. And I don't really care about this, other stuff. Let's see. And the proposal said, let me see. The proposal said, blah, 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 blah. So this one, yeah. Oh, I'm in the wrong. I want to go to governance. Alright, let's see. God, I wish this thing wasn't so confusing and convoluted to read. Meta swap price is 1.1x the average of the price each hour from that time frame. Divided by total number of gas purchased by Meta, divided by total number of Meta. Okay, that's the initial price of gas. Okay, so maybe we... Okay, let me reread your thing, actually. I found that the bidding wallet is funded by the MVP Congruent multi-sig Treasury wallet. Okay, so... Assuming that the developers are being honest and what you're saying is correct, Jedi, I think this is actually us right here. Alright, because remember, it says total number of gas purchased by Metaverse Pro. This actually is the Treasury, because it says earlier that it's going to use the Metaverse Pro Treasury to invest in gas. So this Congruent thing belongs to us. So we now have 75 gas, I think. Or at least we will get 75 gas. When I say we, I say the Metaverse Pro project in general, which is all of us. And then, of course, you know, we all have our little shares. So if no one actually buys this, and then basically the Treasury of Metaverse Pro buys all of this stuff, we basically get how much? We basically get 3,000 gas tokens out of 6,500. I'm okay with that. Now the thing is, what happens if no one buys from the LVP? So I guess it belongs to the project. So we still get like 40-50% of the project, and then we'll just have to, because remember, this money is still within the project, right? It's just shifting around a little bit, right? Minus the gas fees, the obscene gas fees. So 80 Ethereum is how much money? 80 Ethereum is 32,000 times 8. Are you serious? Holy shit, that is so much money. There used to be a calculator here. Does it? I know that CoinMarketCap has a calculator, right? Or is that only on the mobile version of this piece of junk? It's only on the mobile version of this piece of junk. Oh my god. Can you just give me a... Oh, of course, yeah, of course, they do it this way. Okay, so this NFT is... So they've spent a little under $259,000 on this NFT to give us 75 gas. So what's that times 10? 2.58 million. I'm actually curious. What's this number times 40? Because let's say we spend 80 Ethereum on all the. And that's not. I don't want to. I'm not. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're always going to spend 80 Ethereum on the NFT. Because there's 40 of them. All right. 40 NFT auctions. This thing's getting confused with the comma. Yeah, well, still, yeah, it's only going to cost the Metaverse Pro Treasury $10.34 million, right? And we still have another $20 million to work with. And for whatever reason, the Metaverse Pro team has not withdrawn the $3 million worth of USDC coin from Metaverse Pro for some reason. Yeah, so we're still gonna have a shit ton of money left over. It's money, so we get 3,000 gas, and we still have the Treasury. So you know, we can still, even if you only spent like $20 million on convex and curve. I really don't feel like doing any more math, but that puts us like whatever, top 5. Right? I don't feel like doing it. Well, we'll have a shit ton of convex, right? And then we could just start, you know, the money generating farm again. Because again, I think one of the problems might, because again, if nobody buys this auction except ourselves, basically, right, the dev team buys it itself, I actually think that's probably going to be more because of a credibility problem, because people just don't trust this project, right, because there's too much fear of, you know, scam, and then, like, you're asking strangers to literally put in a shit ton of money into a completely new project on Ethereum. So, I mean, just put yourself in the shoes of people like that, yeah. About 245K. Yeah. So, yeah. So that could be what's going on. Plus, the site literally just came on. Like, it wasn't even working before when I woke up this morning. So, I don't know. Well, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out on this. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out on this. So we'll see how that progresses. We close that. So that's Congruent, not really much. Let's see what good old Plan B's got for us. I just now realized this guy's name is called Hans Gruber. That's why it's H. Gruber. Insight from conversation I had with local doctors. They are angry and fed up. They see the lies and feel betrayed. I could not agree more. Perfect. The more people that get angry and resist the system, the better. Powell will probably remain in an era of very low interest rates. Great. Make that money printer go burr. Alright, I want my bitcoins at $1 million a piece and 5 Lambos. Even though I don't know how to drive. Okay. Alright, well there you go. Well there you go. That's why shit's going back up. Oh, thank you. I wish I waited a little longer to sell my riot calls. Well, that's okay. I want my career earnings to last generations. The average NFL career is 3 years, and inflation is real. Saving and preserving money over time is hard, no matter who you are. That's why I believe in Bitcoin. Holy shit, this guy is smart. This guy is really smart. This guy is really smart. Actually, let's farm the hashtag here. Okay. This guy is really smart. The singles machine is earning more than the average Jamaican salary. Yes, it's just plugged into a dryer outlet. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. This is why globalists fear cryptocurrencies. Can't have a slave class if it's this easy to make actual real money. Oh good, the stupid heat's coming back on because it's freezing in here. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to, I mean again, because Disclose.tv is not doing anything. It's like, have they tweeted anything new? Like, I don't know what's up with these guys. Here we go. Yeah, there's a 6-hour gap here. Plans hit piece on Disclose.tv. Wants to unmask Disclose. Actually, I will actually retweet that. Yeah, now they want to go after Disclose.tv because these guys are really good. They have extremely good engagement, and everybody follows them, including me, of course. So they obviously can't have that because I'm actually farming this for new followers, and globalists can't have that. So of course they gotta go after Disclose.tv. Plus they're also technically competitors. So you're watching Disclose.tv, you're not watching like BBC and CNN and all the fake news terrorist networks. I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I already know what Greg Mannarino is gonna say later. Actually, he's already said it now because it's 4:30. Jeez, the time flies so freaking fast. There's no way they could ever raise the interest rates. It's over. Yeah, they'll raise it when Republicans are in control, right? I mean, especially if Donald Trump is in office, they will definitely raise interest rates because that's the perfect time to tank the economy and then make Trump take the blame for everything. But here's the interesting thing. Trump's ego will never allow that, so he's going to fly into an angry, egomaniacal rage. And then he's just going to like go all out on the tribe and the country in the Middle East that we cannot name or hint at, and the Federal Reserve. And that's actually really fucking good for us. Like, I would just prefer that Trump would just not like that, and he would just do it anyway, because it's technically the morally correct thing to do, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? LMAO, oh, I read that. Me too. Yep, exactly. Alright, Bitcoin surges there. Treasury warn that real pain is due for altcoins. What are you talking about? Everyone's already taken the dildo up the ass already, alright? We've already been through the real pain. It's just a matter of, is it over? Okay, blah blah, ramp, okay, yeah, I don't even care. I don't care about these news stories. Let's just see what the Fed says and let's just go, because we're already at like an hour and 9 minutes. Now, I have been thinking about going on cozy.tv, but I have not submitted my thing yet, and the primary reason is because I don't want to keep streaming too much. I actually need my free time to keep researching, keep relaxing, keep on top of my, crypto and finance stuff. And it's really the research I need to be doing, because I watch a lot of, Gordon Ramsay shows. Now I'm on a Hell's Kitchen binge watching spree because I can't stand MasterChef anymore, because they just keep bringing in more and more degenerate looking people and ugly looking people. I can say that at least on YouTube. I'm just sick of it. So I want to see like more normal looking people in a more, intensive cooking competition situation, right? Because I don't like having to root for the actual DJ, and they keep shoving it in my face, and it's just like, and it just makes me more. Maybe that's another reason why I'm just starting to get a little more annoyed with everything too, right? And remember, these are reruns from like several years ago. Now it's 2022, so I can't imagine how much worse it is now. And this was also before all the lockdowns and shit. So, it's gonna be an interesting situation. So Jerome Powell is saying we have to raise interest rates more over time. We will, but we're also going to make sure that we're going to keep interest rates low. Good old Fed speak. That's what Alan Greenspan used to call it. So Jerome said the central bank will get more aggressive with raising short-term borrowing costs. Thanks, because I'm looking to buy an effing house. Thank you. I'm being sarcastic. If we see inflation persist at high levels and longer, we will have to raise interest rates more over time, and then we will. Powell is facing the Senate for a renomination. Biden announced in November that he was tapping Powell for a second term at the helm of the central bank. Blah, 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 blah. Stakes are high for the Fed this year, with inflationary prints showing prices rising at a clip of 7% a year. Well, it's really much higher than that. The Fed has spent the last year, that's my radiator, or so trying to figure out how much of those prices increases are due to rising demand. Blah, 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 blah. Supply chain disruption bullshit. No, it's fucking inflation, alright? And now that everyone's actually starting to get pissed about like the lockdowns and the vaccines and all this other shit, and people are just getting fucking mad, like less and less people are buying the bullshit that the Federal Reserve and the globalists are trying to shove down our throats. So, something has to cave. Which is also why they're now saying people are dying with COVID as opposed to because of COVID, right? And I'm still highly suspicious of that, by the way. I don't know what kind of game they're playing, so we'll have to remain vigilant, of course. Powell said both appear to be contributing to high inflation, but the Fed chief acknowledged that demand is very strong at the moment. Yeah. Fed's most potent tool remains interest rates in central bank. Yeah, how about you stop printing so many fucking dollars, right? How about that as your tool, right? I mean, just look at this. This is what happened right after February 2020, right? Like, this is what my sodium intake looked like before I actually took a look at the food labels, all right? And I wondered why I have fucking high blood pressure, okay? We can affect the demand side. Let me read this first. How long is this article before I read chat again? Okay, we're almost, no, we're not almost done. Okay, we're kind of almost done. All right, let me read this whole thing first and I'll read the chat. The Fed's most potent tool remains interest rates. And remind me to talk about cozy.ta because I didn't finish my thought on that. Which the central bank has pinned to zero since the depths of the pandemic. Raising interest rates could address higher demand by making it more expensive to borrow, but higher borrowing costs likely would not do too much to address supply issues. Shipping bottlenecks, world ports. Okay. We can affect the demand side. We cannot affect the supply side, but this really is a combo of the two. Time to pull back. Fed watchers say the central bank is moving quickly to pull forward its effort to undo a pandemic-era easy money policy. Near zero interest rates, absorb trillions in U.S. Treasuries. That's the Fed asset buybacks that we're seeing in the bond markets. Okay, mortgage-backed securities. So-called easy program in face of inflation. Fed now is planning on ending that program earlier than expected, which they said they plan to cut all purchases by March. You know what that's going to happen in the stock market? That shit's going to drop. All right, that's why the Fed really doesn't. So if the Fed actually does that, the markets tank. The Democrats are going to get really fucking mad, and they're probably going to demand the Fed do something. So the Federal Reserve is kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. At least publicly, they look that way. For the Fed, which also prioritizes health and labor market, activity pace, monthly giant has given policy and economy that they can tighten policies without disrupting hiring. Okay, oh god, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about COVID. The job recovery. Okay, this is all bullshit. It is really time for us to begin to move away from those emergency blah blah blah. Okay, and then the rest is BS. Okay. All right, so well, probably remain an era of very low interest rates. Okay, so they are literally. Jay Powell respecting the 2% pump. Yeah. 100 million years of up only. Let's effing go. He sold Pampit. Pump is so hard that institution will have a FOMO in. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yes, you can sprinkle in some lies when no one's paying attention, but the flood of BS that clearly isn't true is starting to get to people. Oh yeah, it's gonna only continue getting worse. Like as long as I mean, they went as far as jailing Novin Djokovic, right? The tennis player guy. I can't even pronounce his name at all, but the tennis player guy. I mean, like, what did the globalists really expect to have happen? Like, if there's one thing people actually do not like is when you start taking away their creature comforts away. Then they actually start getting really mad. I guess, it's not the ideal situation, but at this point, I just want people to just get shaken out of their apathy and then just freaking resist and do something. Oh yeah, they're taking away our kids, Pato Bear story, yeah, I don't care. Oh my god, you're taking away my effing football? My fucking soccer? I wanted to watch Djokovic play fucking tennis. Fuck you. Alright, everyone, let's go to the fucking police station and the embassy and then fucking scream at them until they release Djokovic. Like, people will actually get passionate about that, hilariously enough. They won't take a moral stand, but hey, they're sports stars, okay? Their ability to have a hot dog on a nice sunny day, I'll take that away. Okay, well, then we might actually be talking, right? Now we might actually find some spark in people. It really is hilarious sometimes how materialism really operates. So I don't know. Like I mean, again, we should not get complacent. But on the other hand, if you're ever getting blackpilled, you should think about these more subtle things, and then you'll feel better, right? There's always something out there. You just gotta find it, right? Alright, anyway, the stream has gone really long because I spent like 60% of it just rambling with you guys, which is like the best part of the stream. But oh man, I'm gonna have a difficult time figuring out how to deal with the YouTube chapters. But unfortunately, that's my problem and not yours. Wait, because I have to do more work. But that's why I do this service, so you guys can have it as easy as possible. So I'm gonna go. I got some things I want to look at, and then maybe probably go out for another walk. But to be honest, it's so freaking cold in here and out there. Like I kind of don't want to go out there. But I mean, I'm losing weight, so because I don't know what. Because I'm still digesting. Oh yeah, that's right, Cozy.tv. I'm still digesting meat, so I don't know what my real lower weight is yet, but it should be 170 something. I mean, if I work pretty hard today and resist and sum up some willpower, I could actually break 176, I think. Okay, so Cozy.tv, thanks for reminding me. So, first of all, I don't know if I'm going to get on. I may not even be able to get on that. With that being said, let's say that I do. I want to not stream too much. I still like my current schedule of 4 days a week, right? And that's not including all the new crypto shit that I'm now doing. Because, quite frankly, I'm actually getting most of my new subscribers really from Metaverse Pro Discord and maybe even eventually Titano Finance Discord, right? Because I can't just go in there and start shilling my channel, especially because I'm not really that active, even though everyone likes me. So the idea is to take it easy, right? And I also didn't realize I could put links in my profile in Discord, so that's how people are actually finding me too. They right-click my profile and they look at my shit. So this works for me. So So I'm thinking what I could do is on YouTube, because the problem is if I stream on Cozy, I want to be able to go full blast, but I can't do that on YouTube because I thought about just doing dual streams, but A, I have to pay $20 to restream, and then B, this is actually the more important thing. I don't actually want Restream to actually ban my Restream account. I know technically I could just keep making new ones, but the problem is I kind of just don't want to deal with that. All right, and to be honest, yeah, like, there's a clear difference between YouTube and Cozy, right? So like I can't say certain things at all or talk about certain things. So I'm thinking I'll segregate, right? Separate but equal, if that's even a thing anymore. So 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that'll be YouTube. But on Thursday, I don't stream on YouTube. I stream exclusively on Cozy. And then that's when we whatever. Now I do want a record of that. I don't want the archive to just be on Cozy. I need it on somewhere. So I think I'll upload that replay on Cozy for the Thursday streams onto my Odyssey channel. So, and I have to figure out what my Odyssey channel is going to be, because I don't know if I want it on Dragon Slayer Studios or probably just my name, Real Johnson Chan or whatever. So that way I can get a little bit of, what is it, BAT tokens on Odyssey or Odyssey tokens or whatever they use. But really, I just need some kind of archive, because there's no way I could put that on YouTube. I'm not going to put it on Rumble or anywhere else because they all censor. And BitChute's kind of a shitty platform to use. It's like they still can't process videos, I think. I'm just sick and tired of using BitChute. I'm never going back. I'm never going back to BitChute. It's like they just can't get their shit together, and I'm sick and tired of dealing with it. So I think that's what I would actually do. So we'll just have basically a Thursday stream. And of course, if I do gamer streams, I can always just do it on Cozy or YouTube. But chances are I probably just do it on Cozy because I don't really get that much action on YouTube for gaming streams. But I bet on Cozy I could. But again, I just have not been playing a lot of games lately. So yeah, BitChute's a digital ghetto. Yeah, I mean, it really is the definition of a ghetto. It doesn't work. I mean, it's good that they're there. I'm glad that they're there, but I just can't. I need something that works, right? Saint Nick needs something that works, you know. So, but yeah, but I think that's what I might do. But with that being said, I want to take it one day at a time. I'm not going to apply to Cozy just yet. And chances are, you know, I probably want to wait till I'm a little bit bigger on YouTube as well. So, I don't know. How many people do I even have? 475. Holy shit, that's a lot. And once Congruent takes off, right? If they do, which I think is like 99% chance they will. Yeah, it's just going to be big. Also, I thought I was getting kicked off of the policy team because of the restructuring, but we're actually keeping the Discord, so I can stay put. Also, I think Sim is the one that makes the determination, so I don't see why he would ever want me kicked off. Or I don't know, maybe Oija would kick me off and then just let me. But I don't know. There's like no reason to remove me from the policy team anyway. Just make me a junior policy team member. Right? And I actually do like reading the stuff that we talk about there, even though it's pretty complicated shit. Alright? One of the reasons why I'm so much more confident of our chances is because of what I'm reading in the policy team. And I don't mean just because of how it affects Congruent, right? Or DAOs in general, but it actually is changing the way I look at how a future decentralized form of governing can work. Blockchain voting, blockchain Congress, right? Like in real life, we could actually replace the tribe digitally with blockchain tech. All our problems would be solved. Right? Governmental tyranny could actually be a thing of the past, basically. It's so insane to me, right? Because what did I say before in a tweet or a gab that I posted a while ago, right? Control over your money gives you control over this. Control over money gives you control of this world, and belief in God or Jesus Christ in our case, right, gives you not control but mastery over your soul, right? Money in real life, money gives you mastery over this world, right? And that's why the tribe is just such a huge problem because they control all the money, right? Mostly through central banks and banks in general. Well, now that they're completely getting eradicated by crypto, right? Who controls crypto? The people, right? And aka actual decentralization. It's not any one group of people. So specifically, it's not any corrupt group of people. So, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much just set. So let's just make some dough. All right, so that's that. I mean, that's what. So I think that's what because I kind of like that idea. Because that way, if I stream on Cozy, I don't have to access my Restream account. What I do instead is I create a new profile on my OBS, and it's exclusively just for Cozy, so it stays within the Cozy, servers and stuff. So so my shit doesn't get picked up, recorded, and then Restream gets like some kind of thing later on, and it'll just say, "Oh, hey, this guy's streaming on Cozy. You better ban his account." And it's like, okay, all right. Well, they can't do that if they're not even aware that I exist. So, yep. So true, Christ and crypto, and let's go. Yeah, right. Christ and crypto, right? The two C's, C and C, right? Just like Command and Conquer. If they, believe it or not, if they come out with Red Alert 2 Remastered, I will totally stream that shit. All right, and then we're definitely gonna play like ranked games, and then we're just gonna rage all day. I would totally just stream that all the time on Cozy. I wouldn't even do like if I never did any more content, I would just stream that shit. I loved fucking Red Alert 2. That really is peak Command and Conquer, right? If you ask any person from like us worthless millennials, that is, right? When Command and Conquer first came out, right? Red Alert was up there, and then Red Alert 2 came out, and that pretty much was like the best. Some professional gamers like playing Command Conquer 3, but that's different from Red Alert 2. So, but yeah, a remastered RA2, yeah, because Electronic Arts said they were coming out with a remaster of another fan classic, but they didn't say what. So it's either Red Alert 2 or Dead Space, I guess. So let's see, CNC remastered. Steam DB. Let's see what we got here. Approximates. I want to look at charts. There's 1129 people playing right now. You guys should actually start selling some microtransactions for like skins and shit. Even though it might piss people off, but they need to make money on this to justify creating like more remasters of CNC. Because at this point, I don't give a shit what they have to do to make RA2 Remastered a real thing. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So the owner estimations is 475 to 1.31 million if they use the review metric. Play Tracker and Steam Spy. So I think it's safe to say 500,000 to 2 million copies of this game sold. I don't know if that's considered enough for EA, though. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Patches. Are you serious? They have not patched this game in a long time. That's actually a bad sign. Oh, that sucks. Let's see. I want to access their news page. Where do I find their news here? Because if I click this, it goes to the main Steam news. I always remember how annoying it was to find the specific news for the particular game. There we go. So, oh my god. They literally have done nothing with this game since December 15th, 2022. So it's been a year. This sucks. Yeah, we may not actually get it. That sucks. Why couldn't they just remaster RA2? That would have sold way more. I don't know. Red Alert 2 Remastered. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, so we got April 10th and remastered when? I mean, the stream's basically over, but I just have to see this. An allied construction-based 3D creative, made in 2020, I think. Wow, that's a pretty high detailed thingy. I can't think right now. I want it so badly. I would completely RA2 remastered. Time will tell. Okay, it's just people. Yeah, of course it's Reddit. So in January of this year, Petroglyph put out a survey if we want a RA2 remaster. Or Command Conquer remake, and then it's now been no response. To be honest, I don't really care. I just want one, just any of them. I just want to play the new freaking modern day version of RA2. Wasn't it that CNC got announced? Started playing the new, like the more probably every film always. Was a potential CNC remaster. See, that's the thing too. Just like Hollywood is coming out with remakes and remasters of old shit, video games are also doing the same thing. So just do the same thing with video games. Because the coding infrastructure is already there. You just have to update the graphics and then change the code so that it works with like Windows 10. It's so much cheaper to do that. Okay. I wish they would put a link to that thing. This was from 9 months ago. Remaster. Sure, a lot more voted for it to be remastered than remade. Yeah, see, the problem with the remake is I think they have to hire new actors and shit like that, so it's going to cost them more money, too. So I'd rather just take the safer route and get a remaster. I want to change it. I could do a full... I prefer Red Alert 3 remade. Yeah, Red Alert 3 was not the greatest, so a remake would be better. I can't believe these two words sound similar, but they're actually mean two very different things. Okay, so they say it's called Petroglyph. I remember that. Petroglyph Twitter games. I spelled Petroglyph wrong. Okay, yep, that's them. Petroglyph games. The final patch for CNC Remaster is live. Check it out here. Oh, so they tell you it was final at least. Oh, there's Frank Kaplek. I can't pronounce his name, but that's Frank Kaplekiak. The guy who actually made the soundtracks for everything. Really? Really? They don't say anything on their social media. Petroglyph. Conan Unconquered. Ringu 8. Okay. Oh yeah, so they make other games too. Yeah, because I recognize them. Universe at War. Star Wars Universe at War, right? No, this is a different game. Animations. Yeah, they basically just took all the concept of Command and Conquer and just rebranded it as like a different game name. Okay, how about what game? Oh god, it's gonna be hard to read any of this. I just want to see what kind of stuff, because I remember Petroglyph games because they made certain. I think they made TIE Fighter. No, they made Empire at War. That's right. Did they make anything else? I did buy that, the gold or remastered version or whatever they called it on Steam, and then I played it for like 5 or 10 hours, and I stopped playing it. So that's why I'm always hesitant to buy video games, because I know I just don't play it. It's like, why did I waste my money? But this is a really good game, by the way. Star Wars Empire at War. Just make sure you buy, I think it's called the Gold Edition. I heard they were planning to remaster Metal Gear Solid 1 with the guy who remade Resident Evil 2. Oh, that would actually be really good. I've never played it before, but I've seen people play it, so I know it's solid. And you said it was a remaster, so yeah. That game is literally perfect as it is, so a remaster is, works. Not just only the gameplay, but because of the story. Metal Gear Solid 1 remaster. Let's see. Metal Gear Solid games getting remastered. Okay. This was 3 months ago. Okay, so Konami is restructuring, blah, blah, blah. Scientifically developing new games, blah, blah. Okay, so Konami is reportedly planning re-releasing and remastering many of their games, including the Metal Gear Solid games. Yeah, because they remastered. Yeah, actually, that does make sense. Why am I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they remastered a bunch of other games. At least they remastered Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. I think they might have done number 2, but they really need to remaster 1 and 2, and then make it like Windows 10. But there's a bunch of like different weird semi-remasters already of Metal Gear Solid series. And it's just like confusing as hell how to, get access to it. We'll also work on the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake. So they're remaking Snake Eater. Interesting. I'll probably end up in the hands of Singapore virtually good. It's still unclear which of the games in Metal Gear Solid series Konami really intends to remaster. Well, obviously the first and second one. You definitely have to remaster the second one because Hideo Kojima, the guy who, for those of you who don't play games, that's Jason Isaacs too. That's so weird looking with him in that. But he's a British actor, so he's supposed to play in the Harry Potter stuff because that's all British people too. Because Hideo Kojima back in 2000, 2001, or 2002, whenever MGS2 came out, actually predicted today. He actually predicted fake news and social media exactly to the T, and then AI is doing all this shit that they're doing to us. Like Hideo was literally decades ahead of his time, specifically 20 years. So I'd be interested, a remaster of that. Maybe you could actually remake Metal Gear Solid 2, maybe. Because I do feel like some of the story points were a little off, but with today's screenwriting technology and concepts that we've developed since basically thanks to the Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher and his brother Jonathan Nolan, you could make MGS. I'm gonna make sure it's still the same core thing. You can really make the storytelling even better. Hideo Kojima, a planning game remake then. Remade Resident Evil 2. I thought the original, my bad, yeah. I think they remade Resident Evil 1. I don't know. I know they remade number 2 and then 3, and then I think they're obviously going in order, so they'll get a 4, 5, etc. Okay, they're probably bubbling up some game on their single collection, remastering said titles for newer generations of consoles. However, assuming that Konami is considering remastering the MGS series, it would most likely be for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One hardware. Ugh. Well, I guess that's fine. I mean, I'll just have to eventually buy one of these things. I mean, at this point, a PlayStation 4 would probably be really cheap, right? Because, they'll be making more PS5s. Great. It's likely to receive a good PS... Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Oh, they're talking about a remaster, but if they're going to remake the game, it's got to go on the best thing possible, which is PlayStation 5. Unfortunately, without Konami's official confirmation, these rumors should be treated as such, unofficial, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're just doing a balloon trial, leak it out to the media, deny everything, and just see how people will react. I mean, I don't know, man. Snake Eater, that thing really had Hollywood-style quality writing. There's no other way. I would actually put its story up pretty much at least as good as the Dark Knight trilogy, man. That's how fucking good it was. Because there was just endless twists and turns, and it was just so well done. Everything logically actually makes sense. It's so brilliant. In fact, what MGS 1 and 2 started with that kind of storytelling style, really came to its own in Snake Eater. So, and they have to deal with what is the word I'm looking for? A discombobulated timeline, because Snake Eater is actually the prequel to the original Metal Gear Solid that I played on Nintendo. So, Konami doesn't even have a game development team anymore, do they? They mainly make pachinko machines and piss off Silent Hill fans. Yeah, I don't know about Silent Hill fans. I also don't know why they don't want to remake that. I guess it's definitely some kind of money problem. I don't know. I never really researched it because I'm not really into horror games. And pachinko machines. Is that even a thing? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Konami is still a really big company, so they probably they probably just want to make money off of doing something else. They're basically like Blizzard and Electronic Arts. Basically, they just want to like just make a lot of money, so they don't really want to do right by the fans. And it's a good thing that Metal Gear Solid is as a franchise, sells very well. So at least we can enjoy that. All right. Anyway, it's an hour and 40 minutes later. It's 5 p.m. So funny, but I do enjoy these things. See, that's the other thing too. If I go on Cozy, then like I'll just be talking in chat all day. It would be really, but I mean that would be the fun part of it, right? So, all right. Anyway, yeah. See, that's why I gotta go to AFPAC, because then it'll probably just be then AFPAC would just be like this, right? We wouldn't even go there just to hear the speakers and hear Nick, even though that's obviously what we're there for. We're really just there just to like, just talk about games and shit. It'd just be great. It would just be like what the world used to be like before all this censorship, globo H word BS, F word bullshit all happened, right? But before before we actually took the red pill about the truth about this world, and then but that's okay. We can always just remake it to make the world a better place anyway. Alright, so I'm going to have a fun time doing the YouTube chapters. I will see you all tomorrow. And again, let's just see what happens with the crypto markets. It's a good start, but again, I'm not going to quite call it yet. But this is very interesting to me. Like, this could actually finally be the start of something. Because if the normies keep going up, they're going to buy this shit. And then we'll have to see how the rich people react. Alright, we'll have to see how the rich people react. Alright, thanks. See you. What day is tomorrow anyway? Oh, it's Wednesday. Ugh, okay. Yeah, so I better get going. See you. Alright, thanks for watching. And of course, like, subscribe, spread the videos around, blah, blah, blah. And make sure you vote in that poll with the whole women voting America worse or better thing, too. So, yeah. And make sure, and you can vote in both polls, Gab and the Twitter poll. So,